In their first game of the 2024 WNBA season, the Indiana Fever got blown out by the Connecticut Sun 92-71. Caitlin Clark shot just 33% from the field, and reigning Rookie of the Year Aliyah Boston only had 4 points. It was a really rough showing for the Fever, playing against a team that many would call the best defensive team in the league. But the improvement from the Fever through their first 4 games has been insane to see. After the Sun, they played 2 straight games against the Liberty. They again got blown out in the first game by a score of 66-102. But in the second game, they lost by just 11 points, and Clark had her best game to that point, finishing with 22 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds on 53% shooting from the field. While on Monday, they were playing the Sun for a second time, and while they did still lose, they lost by just 4 points rather than the 21-point blowout from the opener. They held the Sun to just 40% from the field, and in most aspects of the game, outplayed them. Turnovers are still what's killing the Fever, as their 17 turnovers to the Sun's 8 is likely what lost them this game. The communication and chemistry still isn't quite there, but it's clearly getting better. Clark finished the game with 17 points, 5 assists, and 2 blocks, while shooting 46% from the field and 42% from deep. It was another solid game for her, and despite suffering an ankle injury in the game, she played through it. She's now averaging 17 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. She'd be the first rookie in league history to average at least 15, 5, and 3 threes made per game if she keeps it up. So even though she's still clearly not playing up to her level, she's breaking records nonetheless. I think the team has started to look better around her as well. Boston finished with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks in this one, and has started to look like the dynamic partner we expected for Clark. Kelsey Mitchell also added 17 points and 5 assists for the Fever. The team's improvement has been really promising, especially considering they've only played the second and third ranked teams in the power rankings so far. I don't believe this is the worst team in the league like some were trying to say. They're likely more around the middle, which would be amazing improvement for a team that had back-to-back number 1 overall picks. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are already much better. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get into an impressive Game 4 from the Fever, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Caitlin Clark returned to the court after an injury scare on Monday, but her Indiana Fever narrowly lost 88-84 in an exciting game against the Connecticut Sun. Clark injured her left ankle in the second quarter, leaving the game for the final 5:32 of the half. Despite her absence, the Fever led 44-41 at the half. Clark rejoined in the third quarter, helping the Fever rally from a 9-point deficit in the second half. However, the Sun capitalized on several of Clark's late-game mistakes to secure their victory. Clark ended the game with 17 points, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers, still seeking her first WNBA win since being drafted first overall in April. She shot 5 of 11 from the field and 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. The Sun, now 3-0, were propelled by strong performances from Aliyah Boston and Alyssa Thomas, who led all players with 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists, shooting 8 of 14 from the field. The Sun started the second half strong, launching a 19-7 run to overturn their 3-point halftime deficit and build a 60-51 lead. The Fever fought back, reducing the gap to 64-61 by the end of the third quarter and reclaiming the lead at 65-64 early in the fourth. Clark, who hadn't recorded an assist in the first 3 quarters, then dished out 3 consecutive assists in the fourth, sparking a Fever rally. With 7:16 left on the clock, she nailed a logo 3-pointer to put the Fever back in the lead at 70-68. However, the Sun regained the lead for good with 2 Harris free throws with 11.3 seconds remaining. Bonner contributed 22 points, one of 4 Sun starters to score in double figures. Connecticut gained a significant advantage at the free throw line, making 24 of 30 attempts compared to Indiana's 12 of 13. They also benefited from a 17-8 turnover advantage, which helped offset a poor night from beyond the arc at 21%. The Fever shot 48% from deep and had 5 players score in double figures, but their turnovers and the free throw disparity proved too much to overcome. Boston recorded 10 points and 8 rebounds but struggled with ball control, committing a game-high 6 turnovers alongside Clark. Clark's next opportunity for her first WNBA victory will come when the Fever visit the Seattle Storm on Wednesday. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.